Hey friends, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Feeling Saucy with DeAndre and Timon.
Hey friends, what's up?
How you doing? How's everyone doing? How you doing, my brother?
Dude, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty
So
good,
good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I know you was on the road this week for Thanksgiving. You just got back.
I
So how's
did.
it feel to be back?
It feels good. It's had a great Thanksgiving, great week. I went to go visit my mom and my stepdad and siblings and some good, um, my brother from, okay, had friends for about 15 to 17 years, so I
Yeah.
got to spend some time with them,
Okay.
um, look at them as siblings as well. So then got to see their family. Their family is my family.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was a great week.
Dude, that's awesome. So happy to hear that.
How was your week?
It was good. It was a little bit busy, leading up to Thanksgiving, trying to figure out what the plan was this
Hmm.
year. I feel like my family typically is a little bit more organized around the plan. I feel like this year the plan was like scrambled. There's me trying to scramble, figure out what are we doing, and
Hmm.
what time, and whose house, and all the things. But it worked out. It worked out so beautifully. I got to see all of my siblings. I got to see my parents. I got to see my grandmother. I got to see some cousins, some friends, and it just worked out. So I'm grateful for that. Everything didn't go according to the plan. Well, that's life.
It is. A
It
lot of the
still
times,
worked out.
there's always something that changes up the plans, but it's just about
It's,
adjusting.
it is. It's always something that changes up the plan. Okay. But it was good overall. When I woke up the next day after Thanksgiving and I looked over the whole entire Thanksgiving, I
Hmm.
had a grateful heart because at the end of the day, I got to see everyone that I love, and everyone that loves me got to see me, and really that's the gift of life. And Thanksgiving isn't just to be celebrated on Thanksgiving, it's to be celebrated every day we wake up. Every
Exactly.
day we wake up is something to be thankful for. Just waking up is something to be thankful for. So I tried to take Thanksgiving with me, and the spirit of Thanksgiving with me, and I try to apply that to my life. Because every day should be Thanksgiving, technically. So,
Should.
yeah, that leads me, or shall I say that leads us, into our topic of this evening, which is one of those topics that we all talk about, we all experience, and we all go through. So, we're talking about today. I want to do the honors of saying the topic.
We're talking about friendships.
We talk about friendships. And I'm excited to dive deep into this because we got some bullet point questions that we're going to mention, and we're going to share our experiences about those questions. And then we have a bonus question. And that bonus question is going to be a question for us too, and how we view friendship as two brothers sitting next to each other. And I'm excited to share this. It's a great topic. So let's get into
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it going.
it.
Let's get
Yeah,
it going.
buddy. Let's pull out the notepad. So, my brother, for episode 7, question 1: what do you look for in a friendship?
That is a great question.
Hmm.
Friendship. So the first, so what I would say is, what vibes do I get off of them?
Hmm.
Like, how do I feel like being around them, spending my time with them? Because usually, if I'm making a friend, it's from another friend that I have.
Okay.
So I
So you
kind of
don't go out and find friends on your own. You kind of go into
no,
spaces and connect with the friends of the friends.
yeah,
Okay.
I haven't. I kind of do want to venture out and kind of see if I can find more friends just out and about. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But I really just feed off of vibes. Um, so I'll sit there and kind of see like how I feel about them, if I'm like leaning towards them or not. Because a friend to me, at the end of the day, a friend to me, I'm really going to be there for them. So I want to see if I can click with them, even
Mm.
if we don't have to have the same views,
Hmm.
but just someone who means well.
Mm.
So just someone who I feel like I can be myself with
Hmm.
really is what I look for in a friend. That was a question. Sorry, I'm already.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
Oh, you're good, bro. It was. What do you look for in a friendship?
yeah. So it's going to be that um, loyalty.
Hmm.
When I say loyalty, someone that is there for you, but also you're there for them.
Got it. It's
Also,
reciprocation.
yep. Also, somebody who isn't going to turn their back on you
Hmm.
and just. When I look for friends, I look for lifelong friendships. I'm not looking for this temporary friendship. I'm 29 years old. I ain't got no time to be spending. I mean, I granted there are some friends that are there temporarily, but usually,
That's not what you're
if
looking for.
it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
Yeah.
those real friends.
Yeah.
What about you, though?
I agree with you. I think for me, okay, I have to be honest. Let
Hey, we should
me
be.
turn the light off because this.
We should be being honest.
I have to be honest. I'm not looking for any friends right now. The
Yep.
doors are closed. And the doors are closed because I feel like I over the years, I've built a lot of good friendships.
Hmm.
Like I still have friends from kindergarten. Like Caleb Hoggins, you're out there, bro. Like you're watching this. We go way back, And so it's like I have friends that I've built lifelong relationships with, like for so long ago. And it's like right now, I'm in a season of my life where it's like there's so many of them that like I don't necessarily want to keep adding more because it just feels like it's not as authentic as I really want my friendships to be.
Hmm.
I want every friend that I'm friends with, I want to have a personal relationship with them, and I want to have an authentic, communication. I
Yeah.
want equal reciprocation. I want all those things, but you can't do it with every single person. And yeah, there's some mutual friends, and then there's close friends, and then there's all the things. But like personally, if you're my friend, I want to have a deep relationship with you. That's not surface level. So I kind of don't really have the door open for friends right now. There are some people that come into my life and they sneak right through the door, and I'm just like, bitch, how did you get here? How did you get here? But you know what? Since we're here, let's do it. Let's rock. Hey, that was us. Like, I did not expect you to come to my house and work on your PC with my roommate, and then me and you hit it off.
I
But
know.
we hit it off, and now here we are doing a podcast together. You
I know.
know,
Honestly, like for real, that's really how it had
that's
happened.
it.
Because I wasn't expecting for us to make friends. Because I think we met each other one time prior to that,
One time, 2 years ago, at a
and
Thanksgiving.
it was we were there, but we didn't really like engage too. It was like small
Yeah,
talk,
yeah.
but I was okay with it.
I was
I was
too.
enjoying the evening, and then when I went over to build my PC with your roommate and everything, then we started clicking, and then the roommate Matt, he was just like, "All right, guys, come
Yeah.
on, we got a PC to build. You guys are over here just chopping it up." But
God bless you, Matt. So sorry, buddy.
it's probably just sometimes it just things flow the way it's supposed to flow.
They do.
Maybe we
Hmm.
weren't most meant to create that friendship 2 years ago when we had that chance to. Um, but we connected very well when I was building that PC, and we had a lot to talk about. So the conversation just kind of guided itself, and we just went on and on. And we're like, this conversation ain't done yet. I got to go
Yeah.
home because it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But
And I was going out.
let, yeah, exactly. I was like, we got to
I was
link
getting
up later.
dressed. I was getting fly. I was about to go out. That's so, yeah, I love it. So it's like friendships like that, like if they come to me, because right now, like I said, the door's closed. I'm not open to any new friends. But if it comes to me and it clicks and it's real, then of course, like I'm gonna welcome it. So like what I look for in a friend is just like I look for lifelong friendship. Like I don't want no surface level friend. I don't want no friends with you because you got this or you got that or there's opportunities so that I can be an opportunist and I can use you for this or that or you can use. I want real friendship. If I whatever that is, whatever that looks like, whatever day I'm having, good or bad, whatever you're having, good or bad, just like a lifelong partner that's like, hey, I'm here because I rock with you. I want that. I want the real. And I want a friend that's honest. I want a friend that is a truth teller. I want a friend that, you know, has, you know, equal qualities. And what I mean by equal qualities is like the things that I look for and the things that I embrace in life, I want my friends to also look for and embrace. I know that we're all going to be different. We're all going to have different views and different paths and vote for different presidents. But can we come together and sit at the table and break bread? That's what matters to me. If I can do that with you, and you can do that with me, and we can do that for life, I'm good. And I've got those people in my life, and I'm good with those people. So
And I feel like a lot of the times, because those are quality friendships,
quality.
and I feel
That's what
like
I want.
a lot of those friendships do come authentic. From just my experience, I've learned it's not me going out searching for friends or me wanting to make friends.
Hmm.
It's me just living my daily life, just doing me, and you know, all of my friends that have come to me that I have to this day,
Hmm.
it's all been authentic. They just gravitated towards each other just authentically, and those are ultimately what I've learned are the real friendships you want to have. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's why I don't go out searching for friends because
They just come to you.
I'm gonna be your friend. And if I'm gonna be your friend, if I'm not gonna be your friend, then I'm not gonna be your friend. It doesn't mean anything. Like I sure hope the best for you, but
Yeah.
just the relationship that we have just wasn't meant to happen. I'll still small talk and still talk with you, engage with you, but it's just prioritizing those spots in your life to
Hmm.
people who are really gonna value that spot in your life,
Yeah. And matter most.
and vice versa.
Yeah. But let's jump into question two.
I'm feeling pretty saucy right
You
now, I
feeling
must say.
saucy? I know I
I
am
am.
too. This is going off real smooth. I love it. Smooth like butter on bread, baby. So, question two. Do you separate your personal, oh, I love this one. Do you separate your personal friendships with professional friendships? Do you separate your personal friendships with professional friendships? Hmm. I'll answer that one first.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Yes.
start this one first.
Yes. Yes, I do. Because I think that professional friendships, they they're necessary. They're necessary. When you're working with people and it's, we're here to make money, like we came here because we're all here to make money. We're all working together. That's that's the reason why we're all here. Now,
Hmm.
and if we build a friendship while being here because this is our job and we're here to make money, or we're here to work together for a charity or whatever the goal is that we came together, it wasn't for each other. It was for the purpose of whatever we're here for. So if we build a friendship while fulfilling the purpose that we're here for, then awesome. But I do separate it from personal because I know I didn't come here initially looking for you. And I know you initially didn't come here looking for me, but we ended up clicking and building something together. So I do separate my personal friendships from those friendships because in my world, I already have my own personal friends. And so I have that safety and I have that community. And I don't necessarily feel like I need to make every single connection a personal friendship. So I do separate the two also because sometimes I have had some bad experiences with connecting personal with professional. And I've trusted professional relationships and professional friends the way I trusted my personal friends, and it's bit me in the ass professionally. Um, and so I going forward in my personal life and in my professional life, I just separate the two. Now, again, there is space for people to come through that door. And if there is a person that is able to get through to me on a real level, on the values that I view in friendships and how I want a real friend to be, then of course I'm going to let it happen because
Hmm.
it's real, it's natural, it's authentic, and I want to reciprocate that back. I want to be just as real, just as authentic, and just as natural. So it's a two-way street, but I don't open that door. I definitely build the boundaries because I think that it's just safe for me. It makes me feel safe. It makes my career feel safe or whatever I'm doing feel safe. Also, there's just levels of this onion called Ty that not everyone can just be on. Not everyone can really like get to know me as personally as some of my friends and my personal friendships because these are the people that have chosen me and I've chosen them and we are the chosen family. But
Hmm.
those professional ones, there's some people that they want to get close with you just so they can one up you or they can, you know, get to know about you so that they can figure out how they can, operate to get where they want to get to professionally, and they soak you in to get ahead of you or vice versa. And I've just seen so much and I've experienced so much and I've had to walk away from jobs because of the people. Um, and so in this season of my life and growing forward, not going forward, growing forward, I'm choosing to separate the
I
two.
do like how you phrase that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I choose to separate the two because it makes me feel safe. Your turn.
I totally. Your turn. I was okay.
Growing forward, I'm gonna turn the light on to that.
Trust me, that came to my mind, but I was like, I'm gonna soak that in though.
Yeah,
That was good. Growing
I,
forward, I
I
like
wanted
that.
I wanted that to marinate a little bit because we're always going forward, but some of us are growing forward, and I'm one of the ones that I'm growing forward.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir. What about you?
Um. So I I do and I don't.
Okay.
I do separate them, but I also don't separate them. Um. I say that because most of the time I'm pretty open. Most of the time, so when it comes to work, I'm spending most of my time
Mm-hmm.
at work,
Mm.
working 40 hours. We work 40 hours a week, 40 plus hours.
40
Some
plus, yeah.
um,
We're working
and
right
you're.
now.
This is a different kind of work, though.
It is. It is. It
Um,
is.
so I spend most of my time with them. I've always been in a customer service,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always kind of learned from my experience that a lot of your customers or a lot of people that are coming to you feed off of the room that you're in or the
Mm.
staff that's there. So I like to build relationships, personal relationships, and build that trust with people I'm working with. But at the same time, I don't.
Mm.
So while we're talking, that's where I'm also engaging. Where like I'm thinking like, okay, we're talking about this. Like, where can this conversation go? And I'll like bring up something else more. I'll ask something about them and kind of let the direction know. And I always have that gut feeling like, okay, you don't need to go too deep with them, but you can kind of sit there and talk. So I kind of learn, okay, like we'll do small talk and everything. Like I've worked with a lot of people I've done small talk with.
Mm-hmm.
I've had jobs where I've built good quality friendships through. A lot of my friend group right now, I met them all through work.
Wow.
Um,
That says a lot.
and so it's just,
That says it's possible to have those
it
type of
is.
relationships.
And those people, they live here currently in Portland, and they're like my 15 to 17-year-old friendships, but they're just more newer. And I've been friends with them now for 7 years, 8 years.
Mm.
And we still talk on a regular basis. We're over here having Friendsgiving together, checking in with each other. It's like a full blown like relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but I get the vibe when I'm at work. So like, for example, the last job I worked at, you're in the same industry,
Yeah.
property management.
Mm-hmm.
So in the office, there was four of us working in the office. Um, I've always had pretty, not always had, but the manager at that time was pretty low key. We
Mm-hmm.
had our relationship, I think, was more of a professional relationship. We were open to each other, but it stayed a professional relationship. The other two people, I've built a really good quality personal relationship in the office. I also built a really good quality personal relationship with the maintenance supervisor, the assistant maintenance supervisor. It was more a professional relationship. But because we worked so well together, I kind of gave myself out there. And the assistant manager, we worked together for 2 years. It just stayed a professional relationship. But I, I don't know how to say it, but it's just a feeling that you get when you're talking to them, and it's not going to engage more
Ah.
further than what it is, and you
Yeah.
come to the acceptance, but you treat them as a professional. The way I treat a professional friendship, I guess I would say, is you're open, but you're not super open. Because I want to be me. I want to be my authentic self.
Right.
You're going to appreciate me for who I am, or you're not. Because I've had jobs where I've been disrespected, where managers have talked down to me and things like that. And I don't want to be a fake person. I'm not going to be who I'm not just to get you to like me. I'm going to work for some. If I'm going to have a manager, you're going to like me for who I am, or it's just not going to work out. Ultimately, I spend most of my time there, so I'm just going to find another job, honestly.
Right.
There's been times where I've had managers who've talked down to me, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. This isn't worth spending most of my time at.
Adios.
I'm finding another job because I'm worth more than this. Because I feel like
He's
a
in
lot
2
of
weeks' notice.
Yep, exactly. And you just
Oh yeah,
never
drop it like it's hot.
exactly because you spend most of your time there. So I'm trying to build that quality. I've had residents who were looking to move to the property that I worked at, and they're all like, I can really tell that you guys have a good positive atmosphere in this room.
Yeah.
So I want to rent from you guys. I've had people feed off of the atmosphere that
Yeah.
we've had. And that's off of the people I've built close relationships with. So with that said, there's a time for it and there's also a time not. I'm a mix of both. I have really good friendships that I have jobs where open to I'm totally fine with having a personal relationship. I'm also not. It's just kind of getting the vibe and getting the feeling,
the energy
of that person and what you can feed. And if at the same time, because when you're engaging in small talk, and it's kind of like an interview. You're interviewing them, but they're also interviewing you.
Right.
And so
it makes it's a decision. It helps you make a decision for yourself, for DeAndre to say, okay, like I can see that this is turning into something more where we can have friendship, or this is just going to be you're going to be my coworker. It's as simple as that. We coworkers.
exactly.
We work together. We're people that work together, and we have small talk, and we hee we ha ha, we clock off, and I go live my life, and you go live your life. But there's some people that professional relationship becomes a personal relationship.
Exactly.
And you're open to that.
I am, because I'm a person. I can literally make friends anywhere.
Yeah.
I literally make friends. I can sit there and I'll show up somewhere, and I'll start engaging with someone. And we'll have a full blown conversation with somebody random. But it's just about just kind of feeding off the vibe that you feel. And I always listen to what's in my chest. I don't want to limit a relationship because we work together if it can be an actual true friendship that I can see.
That's good. And that leads into the third question. How do you overcome conflicts in friendships?
Conflicts?
Yeah.
I try and come from a peace of mind when it comes to conflicts. I don't like to talk off of my emotion because a lot of the times when you feed off of your emotion, you start saying things, and I don't believe in I didn't mean to say that. No, you said it. But it's speaking from it's not speaking from the heart, it's speaking from your mind. So if you say it, you truly do mean it, but there's a whole different way you can go about it. Like someone pisses me off, I'm not going to be like, you pissed me off, this and that. Like that's because I'm feeding off of that energy in that moment, but I don't want to feed off of anger. I don't want to feed off of frustration. So what I do personally is, okay, we had our moment. I need my own space, and I'm going to sit there and just think about it. Like, what happened? Why am I frustrated? Oh, I'm frustrated because of this. If I can talk to somebody about it, I will. But it depends who it is. But because the way I look at it, I said this previously in our previous episodes, but my mind gets me to where I'm at. And I have to be willing to be open-minded to see a different perspective. So maybe there's something that I did in our friendship that caused us to get into an argument that I can't see. So I'm going to go and talk to another friend on another relationship that I've built, get perspective, and see if there's another direction I can come from. And then I'm going to reevaluate, and then I'm going to come back and talk to the person.
That's honestly sounds a lot like me. That's good to know.
And then I'm going to tell them, hey, look, I understand that this is where you're coming from. This is where I'm coming from. I apologize I came off the way I did, but we can I don't say we can get through this. I just say I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's really fun to see how it goes, and I let them kind of react however they react. And then I'm like, okay, well, thankfully, all the friendships I've built, we've been able to overcome it, and we've been able to move forward, and we don't hold it against each other. Um, and
You
then
haven't you haven't lost a friend, like you guys haven't hit that wall and was like, all right, it seems like we're on different pages, so we're gonna go to different paths.
I have lost a friend,
Okay, because of
but it
that,
was a whole different
but it
scenario.
was a different scenario. Okay, so it wasn't like a conflict issue where you guys couldn't get past it. All of the
No,
conflicts you've had in your friendship, you were able to get past.
yeah,
That's lit.
and
I can't not say the same.
and we never, and once we addressed that, it never happened again.
Yeah.
So we moved on from it, and the key part is it didn't happen again. We were able to use that to grow and develop and grow forward together.
Wow. I want to be like Jesus.
The,
That is awesome.
the one friendship I had, he turned his back, and he wasn't a truly friend. I thought he was a friend, and then he ended up getting on the other person's. It was an ugly scenario.
Mm.
Um,
Womp, womp, womp.
but
Well, he's missing out because I think you're a
it,
great friend
thank you. But yeah, that's the only reason why I lost that one is he wasn't a friend from the
from the
beginning,
start. Yeah.
and then I learned the ugly way.
Mm-hmm.
And once I learned the way that I did, I was like, no, absolutely. I don't even want to talk to you. No, I want nothing to do with you. Bye.
Yeah.
Because it was fighting. It was worth fighting, to be honest. It really was. But I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna move forward.
Yeah.
Once I start reacting like that, then I'm stooping down to your level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I'm going to a lower level, and I hold myself to a higher accountability.
Yeah. And we don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I feel that. I'll say for me, how to overcome conflicts in friendships. It's literally one or two ways, and it's really simple. I either address it or I walk away from it. It's just that simple. I'm either addressing it or I'm walking away. And I will say this, before I walk away, I've I've definitely addressed it first. But it depends on how many times have I addressed it. Because for me, I value friendship, and I never start a friendship with the intentions on not having it and it ending or it falling apart or dissolving or we go in separate ways. None of those things ever. I mean, no normal person starts a friendship that they are like, okay, this is going to expire in 6 months. Like that's not a thing. Coupons maybe, but like in real life, in real friendship, you don't start something to and wait for it to end.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like if there's conflict and we reach a point where there's an issue, I always address the issue. And the thing about addressing the issue is that that's when you find out who that person truly is. Because sometimes everything is good in the beginning where it's like a honeymoon phase. Like you like me, I like you. We like shoes, cool. We like the same food, cool. We like to drink, cool. We like to party, cool. You like Jesus, cool. Or this or that, all these things, similarities, or even differences. Like you speak more than I speak, cool, because I'm scared to speak in certain spaces. And so like we mesh well because of that. And there's so many reasons and things and places that cause us to come together and bond and connect and love each other and become friends. But then when you have a conflict, it's like, does that love and does that care and does that relationship and does that value of friendship that you personally have, does it show up when there's an issue with someone? Do you still have that same energy of like, I want to see this through. I want to see us get past this and communicate those issues and be open to hearing the other person say, hey, this is what is bothering me, or this is what is I'm having an issue with, or this is where I feel left out or neglected or hurt or sad or whatever it may be, and say, okay, I hear you, and this is how I feel about it. This is what I didn't mean to do to make you feel like that. How can we fix it? And then we can talk about how we can fix it. Okay, if we do this when we're upset instead of doing that, it'll make me respond differently. It'll make me feel differently. Okay, I can agree to that. Now that we have clarity on how we feel, we're going to move forward in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some friends that I have addressed the issues with them multiple times. And it's like, I'm not going to keep addressing the same conflict or the same issue over and over and over again. At some point, I'm going to recognize that I've already addressed this, I've already discussed it, we've talked about it, we've moved on, and now it's again another conflict. It's
Mm-hmm.
revisiting our friendship again after we've already talked about it, after I've poured my heart out, and after you sat there and listened to me share with you my boundaries, and now we're back in the same spot again. I'm walking away. I'm not texting you back. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not calling you. I'm not coming to your birthday. It's done because now I've realized that you've chosen to be a thorn in my side,
Mm-hmm.
and you've chosen to make me feel how I don't want to feel. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel abused, misused. I don't want to feel like I'm not growing. I want to feel loved. I want to feel respected. I want reciprocation. And if you cannot give that back to me, then I'm not going to waste my time trying to work on a friendship that you're not putting the effort into. I'm not going to be the only one. I'm going to move on and I'm going to continue to love the people that love me and give to me and feed me what I feed them. So either I address it or I walk away from it. It's just that simple.
Hey, fair enough. I totally feel like
Okay, I'm gonna
it's
turn the
just.
light on to me.
um,
That's rich, and like I see
it
so many
is.
people. I mean, I've been that person. I've stayed in situations because I'm like, oh, we've been friends for 15 years, or we've been friends for this long, or oh my god, like we go way back. But it's like
But people change over time.
people change over time, and if we go way back and you ain't working that hard to keep us going way forward, then why the hell am I gonna hold on? Like
It's a sign of disrespect.
it's a slap in the face, especially if we go way back. Especially if you know me from back then, and I've grown and I've evolved and I've changed and I've become, and you want to switch up and act different, then it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, that means that it's done, and it's okay. It's okay because not everyone is supposed to grow with you. As I'm growing forward, not everyone is supposed to grow with me. Some people they have reached their level of growth, and I will surpass them. And and
It
and
doesn't make you
and
better
and it
than
doesn't
them.
make me better. It,
It's just you're just in two different
we're in
points
two
of
different
life.
points of life, and maybe down the line they'll come back, and meet me where I'm at that point. But if they don't, then I pray them well. I wish them well. I love them still, but the love is not going to be close. It's not going to be from a distance, and that applies to even family. Like I've learned to not love every single body so closely because I feel like I love so closely and I hug everyone so tightly, but the love that they give me back is not the same that I give to them. So I'm learning to love from a distance because what it will do is it will protect my heart from heartache.
And
So,
man, that was good. And it's very important to be able the fact that you can realize that because it ultimately is going to play a big impact on you as well when it comes to your friend. And then like if you see someone that you've been friends with for 15, 20, 25 years
mhm.
and you guys are in a time of your life to where like you guys need to go separate ways, but you're holding on to it, it's going to impact you and it's going to stunt you from growing forward. And then it's going to start impacting you. So it's so important to realize that and just know, be okay if not everybody's meant to be there forever,
Mhm.
but then there's also in your life that are going to be there forever. But it's not putting those labels on everybody. Just let everything just be authentic. As long as you're being yourself each and every day and you're giving, in my mind, a relationship is not 50-50. It's 100. It's 100, 100. You
Hmm.
have to give your full attention to that relationship. And
Hmm.
if you're not giving your full attention to
Like
that
that.
relationship, then you're already giving yourself a way out.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
once you are giving your full 100 to the relationships that you have in your life, and you start realizing that they're not giving the 100, or you feel like you're not being reciprocated, then it starts to just play an impact. And it's just like, okay, I care about you, but different ways. But that's where you just kind of feed off of vibes. That's where I really like to go off of. I'm not really much of a person. I express how I feel, but I'm also not a person that, like, how would I say? I'm outgoing when I need to be outgoing,
Mm-hmm.
but truly I am an introverted person. So I talk to you about how I feel. It does show that I truly do care about you. 'Cause most of the time, if I usually do it with my friends though, but yeah, I'm just gonna start going on tangents. But yeah,
I think you hit a really good point though. Like it's 100% of me showing up to you, for you, with you, present, and then it's 100% you showing up. And I even leave room for the 80/20 because I know some days are hard. Some days,
but sorry, I didn't mean to, but that's still your 100%. 100% isn't everything each day.
yeah.
You can be having a rough day and be giving your all 100%, but yesterday you had a fantastic day,
Mm-hmm.
and your 100% was way higher than the 100% you are today.
Mm.
That's not you going back and only giving your 50, 60, 70% versus
Mhm.
yesterday was your 100. You're still giving your 100, but each day looks different. Your 100% looks different each and every day. But it's about the other person in your relationship and friendship that is literally, that's where they come in to give you their 100%. And it's where you pick each other up. It's how you grow together.
Mm.
It's how you stay connected on an even balance.
Yeah,
Because your 100 doesn't look the same every single day.
every day. So what do you mean by that? Because in my mind, I'm looking at numbers. I'm seeing like, okay, 100%, 100%. We're both equally coming in here. We're giving each other 100%. But then you're saying, but your 100% could be different yesterday than it is today. So if it's different than yesterday than it is today, then that means it's not 100%. So it's like
Not necessarily.
so you're giving 100% of your 70% that you have to give.
There's no 70%. It's 100%.
But if it's not, it's not.
It is though.
Wow. That's what I need you to break down to me because I'm like, okay, I understand this. I understand this. If it's like, okay, I have 100% today, I'm giving you 100% today.
Mhm.
But then tomorrow, we're kicking it and I'm on my phone. So now I'm not giving you 100%, but I'm giving you the best that I have because there's something going on my phone that's also requiring my attention. So I can't fully give you 100%.
But you're giving your 100% in that moment. And about being in a like in a friendship and everything. If I ask you about it,
Yeah.
like, why are you on your phone so much? Usually you're not on your phone. You'd be like, oh, I'm going through stuff right now. I'm trying to work through.
Mm-hmm.
You've reciprocated that to me.
Okay.
You let me know. So you being on your phone, you're still giving me 100%, but there's also something else that you're also dealing with at the same time. So I know your 100% isn't your full 100% that it has been, but it's still your 100% in that moment.
In that moment.
Because we're human. We have emotions.
Okay.
We go through things.
I got that. Okay, I got that.
So,
I needed you to break that down because I was like, hold up a minute. Like,
but I'm not even like, I didn't really think about like phone, but still, it's still 100. I was thinking
well, that
like,
was just a small
it's
example.
literally like the same thing. Like if you're going through something that day
Mm-hmm.
and you're struggling, and you're emotionally struggling and you're emotionally down, but we still got to hang out. You still get that extra effort to go hang out. You still get that effort to go spend time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're together, you're still there present.
Mm.
You may not be talking as much as you do, or maybe you're a person that just likes to talk and talk and talk and talk when you are going through something because you're trying to not think about it. So everyone feeds it differently.
You are so sweet. Do not hang out with me if you are going to be on your phone. Do not hang out with me if you are not going to say shit. Okay, that is the biggest pet peeve of me. Like, if you are not 100% and good to hang out, stay home. Best believe. If you piss me off hanging out with you, I am not hanging out with you next time.
But what about? So let me ask you this.
I'm sorry, DeAndre. That's
No, let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. So what if you're hanging out with one of your friends
Yes.
and like somebody passed away in their family or just
Oh, that's
something.
so different.
But
though.
no. But look, but something happened tragically to where they have to also engage with somebody else, but they're trying to go out and trying to get their mind fully off of it, but it still requires some attention.
Okay, but 9 times out of 10, my friends, if that's the case, I know about that prior to hanging out with them. And so then I'm choosing to hang out with you. I'm
But
like
what if they're not
that
ready?
bound.
But what if they're not ready to talk about it yet?
Now, you're going to piss me off. I mean,
But
respectfully, like, because, like, come on, if we're friends, there shouldn't be no, I'm not ready to talk about it. If you're not ready to talk about it, then don't hang out with me. Because you already know me. You know how I am. You know the friend that you have. If you are dealing with something and you're not going to talk about it with me and I'm kicking it with you, but you're not present, it's disrespect
you're,
because you know me. So it's like, why put yourself in a position where you know it's going to be an offense to your friend who you love and care for? And you know, all you have to do is just communicate to that friend and say, hey, I'm dealing with something and this is hard. I'm gonna be like, as a friend, I'm like, I'm still going to hang out with you and kick it with you and I'm going to give you your space, but I'm just going to be present because I know you need a friend. But if you don't tell me nothing and I'm just sitting here and I'm left to assume that like now you're being different because you're showing up differently and you're not telling me why, that's on you. That's on you. So you can't be mad at me for reacting upset and getting frustrated with you and
yeah,
having a feeling about what you're doing because you're not giving me what we agreed to and we're not valuing each other equally. And you're not even allowing me to love on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're taking away from like what I could offer you in this moment.
yeah,
There's so many different layers to it, and like I think that like I've reached a point now in life where like that's my boundary, and I'm standing on it. And like some friends have chosen to fall off the tree because they don't like that. They don't
yeah,
like that. I'm now at a point where I'm like I'm okay with what I'm okay with. I'm not okay with what I'm not okay with. But I'm always communicating what I'm okay with. And if you can't be okay with what I'm okay with, then you gotta be gone because it just is what it is. I'm gonna stand on putting myself first.
all right.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry. I just
like it.
got mad
No,
because it triggered me. Somebody pissed me off when they did that.
no, I haven't done that.
You haven't.
I haven't. I'm the person. If I'm going through something, I'm like, hey, I need to hang out with some friends. I'm going through something. I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But so I haven't done that. But I was just curious. But I like how feisty you got. You know, I was over here. I was
Fuck
like,
with me, fellas.
I was
This
like,
is my first time
I
at the
want to flicker the
rodeo.
light right now, just because how feisty you are.
Dude, that's that yerba mate. It got my energy up.
But
uh,
no, that's good. I'm glad you put that in perspective. 'Cause I'm sure some people out there go through that and don't understand it. So the friends that don't understand that from another friendship
mhm.
sees where they're coming from.
I think people will be able to relate to me too because, like, genuinely, like, we're good people. We're good people. Like, I don't think no one's a bad person. We're flawed. We all grew up in households where we saw good friendships or we didn't. We all went to school and we had good friendships or we didn't. We're still in our 20s and exiting and going into our 30s and just life. Like life is not the same for me as it is for you. We
Yeah.
all want the same thing. We want to feel loved. We want to feel respect. We want to have healthy relationships. But some of us just don't know how to do it. And so it's like, for me, communication is key in everything in my life. And so I try to, be a person that communicates those feelings.
Hmm.
And if you can reciprocate it and love me and honor me, and I can do the same for you. I've,
Yeah.
I've already planned. My heart is so big that before we even become friends, I always question myself and I make sure, do you have the space to add this person to your life as a friend? Because that means that the values of friendship, the loyalty, the commitment, the trust, I have to give that to you and extend that to you.
Hmm.
So I always check in with myself before I welcome someone into my life. So if I do that, then you got to understand that, like, baby boy, baby girl, sis, whatever you are, whoever, like, it's a lot that goes into it, you know. And I just want to feel valued the same way. And it's hard when you show up like this and then people receive you and then they say, I'm gonna stop putting in all the effort.
That's mooching. What you call it. Yep. Yeah.
Next question.
He's still feeling a little
I'll
saucy from that
you
question. That's so good. It's because ultimately it's a relationship. It's a relationship. You're supposed to be there for each other, and you know, help guide each other, and how you expect to be there for someone if you don't know how to be there for them. Like you were saying, you're right. If someone French the relationship that we have, if I'm coming into a relationship down, I gotta let you know, vice versa, because then we know what to give in the relationship. Okay, he's giving me his 100% today, but it's not going to be the 100% that he was a week ago or yesterday. It's coming in from a different perspective, but still at 100%. So let me try and give my 100%, and I can accommodate to my 100% to be there for him, or be there for her, or be there for whoever needs me there, and that's where the relationship continues to build and strength. Because, yeah, I like how feisty. I just he felt that, he really did.
I did not know I was going to get upset on the podcast ever. But all right, we did that. Well, question 4. Let's try to go back to love and light.
Okay.
What are your friendship values? And then we have our bonus question.
Friendship values.
Or what are your values in friendship? Like, what's the list for you of like values? For those that don't know you and want to be friends with you, what
I'm gonna let you answer this time first.
Oh, okay.
I answered first last time.
Okay. For me, I think my biggest value is trust. And I have to say trust is number 1 for me because I strive on being an honest person. That is like the number 1 thing for me in my life is telling the truth, being honest. If I did it, I did it. Like that's just what it is. And it took me years to become this type of person where I could just be so honest. And it was because I didn't trust the people that was telling me to tell the truth. I didn't trust that when they heard my truth that they would be able to love me and love my truth. So now that I am a man that trust and truth is like so important to me, that's like number 1 in friendship is like trust. The second thing is loyalty, and that's because I'm a very very loyal person. I don't really change that much. I'm the same all across the board with all my friends. They all sit at a table and we talk about Ty. They all gonna tell you many stories about loyalty, trust, support, how funny I am. Like the stories are all gonna match with different people and different experiences. So like loyalty is a big deal because I care about loyalty. I want people that are gonna be loyal to me. Another value for me is reciprocation. I don't need for I buy dinner tonight and then you buy dinner tomorrow. Like I don't need that. It's just like okay, you did it today. Now next tomorrow is your day. Like I don't need that type of reciprocation. I just need the reciprocation of knowing like hey, like when I do these things, I would also like them back. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be 6 months from now. It just like at some point, just like don't forget, like hey, like I went out of my way to be intentional and thoughtful. So, kind of show me that same energy. And it doesn't have to be the exact same way. It doesn't have to be I bet I buy a meal today and I cover the bill and you do the next one. It could be, hey, I'm gonna show up and we just gonna kick it for a couple hours. Instead of having a meal together, we kick it for a couple hours. Like time and attention is my love language. So, all my friends know this. All my close friends know this. Time and attention. You don't have to buy me anything. You don't have to do anything. You just show up and spend time with me. That to me is like giving me 12 dozen roses, some chocolates, my favorite bottle of wine, and a check for $100, like that, like I don't know, like I just made that up, but like it's like that would make anyone happy, and so it's like that's what that same time and attention. It's like that type of gift. Like dang, like you went out of your way. Like
Mhm.
it fills my cup. It makes me happy, and it lets me know, and it reminds me that being friends with you is exactly the right thing. Like it reminds me that like you are my friend. It reminds me that you do love me. It reminds me that we have, a powerful connection, and it's growing, and we're continuing to feed off of each other. So time and attention, and that also means that like, one of the big things for me is like I don't know if people notice it. I don't think a lot of people notice it, but when I'm spending time with someone, I'm not on my phone.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I noticed that.
you notice that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
thanks.
do.
Yeah, I'm not on my phone because the same time and attention that I like to receive is the same time and attention that I give. That goes back to reciprocation because what I want is what I also too have to give. I
Yeah.
can't expect you to give to me what I'm not giving to you. So time and attention, and those little things like that's important to me. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Trust, loyalty, reciprocation, time and attention. That's really my big values, honestly.
Hmm.
What
Okay,
about
that
you?
was good. I would say value in friendship. I would say trust.
Hmm.
I feel like I truly believe that if you don't have trust, there's nothing there. So being able to trust you, being, you know, accountability. If you say you're going to be there, then I expect you to
Mm,
be there. If you're not going to be there, accountability doesn't necessarily mean like you say you're going to be here, so I expect you to be there regardless.
mm,
If you can't be there, communicating prior.
hmm,
Don't tell me 10 minutes before we're supposed to have plans, or don't tell me like shortly before, or don't leave me hanging when I'm coming to meet up with you and you don't even show
mm.
up. So just being accountable, um, and that's honestly just the two, just really
Wow, this is short.
trust. It is because I I don't know, just
Don't say you don't know. You know. You
so
know.
so
You know.
trust. I've had a lot of people who I've put a lot of trust into,
Hmm.
um, as friends, and they turned their back on me and then just left me behind when I gave them everything that I had
Mm,
because I trusted them. They trusted me with so much and I delivered. But yet when I trusted them with
mm,
so much, they didn't deliver. That
mm,
also dates back to my friend that I had like years ago. And when I hung out all the time, all the time, all the time, we got around the wrong type of people. During that time, I was underage at drinking, didn't know my limit, drank a little too much. One thing led to another. He didn't have my back.
mm.
So after all that time of trust, so it's really trust is so important. It's just I literally strive. If you don't have trust, you don't have nothing. Because if you don't have trust, then how are you going to open up to them?
Hmm.
How are you going to be there for them? How are you going to want to go out of your way for them? Trust plays a big part.
It
And then,
does. And that's what separates the real from the fake. That trust part.
mm-hmm,
Because, there's so many people that want to rock with you because of how you are or what you have or the opportunities around you. You know, they're here, like you said, mooching. They're here to get, what you got or to be a part of what you're a part of.
mm-hmm,
And so oh, DeAndre, what's going on, bro? And you're like, oh, snap, come on over here, come kick it. It's lit. And then you're thinking that like they're coming because they love you, and they're just coming to take and be a part of
yeah.
or
And I,
benefit from, what you created for yourself. And I've done that. Like I build communities, I build bridges, I build, I've, I've built so much for myself,
mm-hmm.
and I've welcomed everyone to come in because I'm thinking like,
And it's so dangerous to do
oh
that.
my God, I have welcomed people in to communities that I've built, and they have made such a mess of themselves that now the community is looking at me like, what have you done? Why did you bring that person here? And I'm like, oh my, I didn't know. I didn't know they were going to do that, you know? And so I've gone through that with groups before where, you know, I looked crazy because of the people that I welcomed into the group, and they're banking on my faith and my trust, you know, and I'm banking on what I think we have.
And that's
So yeah, that trust part is a big deal. It's
it
a
is.
big deal.
I've had like sometimes you got to learn that the hard way. 'Cause I've literally had relationships to where I thought it was a good quality
Hmm.
relationship, but they don't talk to me for the longest time, and then when they come to me, then they check in. Oh, hey, DeAndre, how you doing? What's new
Hmm.
with you? This and that, this and that. Oh, by the way, here's the but. Oh, but by the way, struggling. Can I have some money? Can I have this? Can I have that? Okay, so you only hit me up because you're trying to sweet talk me into giving you something, and then what? Then I'm not gonna hear from you again for weeks on it. No, that's not how this shit works.
Yes.
Like,
No, Freddie.
yeah, and
Listen, if you need some money, it's okay. I need some money too. But don't hit me up with some, hey bro, how you doing? How's life going? Hey, by the way. No, just hit me up initially. Hey, I'm struggling. Can you help me out?
yep,
Straight up. Because when you do that, I'm like, send. It's not even a thought.
or it's yep,
It's not a thought. Because you know what? I get it. And it takes a lot for someone to say, I'm in a position where I need to ask somebody and then ask. You know, it takes a lot. I mean, I know from experience. So like when you do all that sweet shit and all that bullshit, it's
yep.
like
It's
you
so
get left
much,
on red
so
at that
much more
point.
irritating too.
It's so much more irritating
I've,
because it's not real.
I've had people with money, people trying to ask, oh hey, can you, hey, how you doing? Oh, by the way, can you give me a ride? I haven't talked to you in who knows how long. You're just up here within the first couple messages and ask, hell no.
A ride is crazy.
Yeah, I've
Like,
had that. So it's things like that. And that's where I also like, I try, when it comes to my friendships, I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but I also know
hmm
when I can feel that it's going to be a professional friendship
hmm
or a personal relationship, because I've had so many different types of friendships.
hmm
I'm not saying that anybody else out there can't see this, but I
hmm
just personally can see it based off of my own personal experiences and based off of my personal history with relationships. I can feel it.
hmm
And so, like I said, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt and I try and be there for people to a certain limit. And then if we're vibing on that limit, then we can grow together to the next stage of friendship.
hmm
And then we can start talking about a little bit more personal things.
Yeah.
And then if we're still vibing, then we can move to the next stage. And
Yeah.
it's kind of
It becomes family.
exactly. And when I look at friends, friends are family because my friendships, like you said, we don't plan on 6 months. I don't plan to chuck up the deuces and be like, oh, it's good being friends with you for
Right,
six
for
months,
six
but
months.
I'm out because then you're already halfway checked out of the relationship as it
Yeah.
is. So if I'm going to be a friend to you, I'm going into it full, we're going to be brother, we're going to
hmm
be family at the end of the day. It's
hmm
quality friendships. All I want is quality friendships.
hmm
I don't care to be friends with hundreds of people. I've already met hundreds of people. I've met thousands of people.
hmm
Look at my Facebook page. I've met every single person on my Facebook page, and I have over 1,000 friends.
hmm
I've met all of them, but just because they're on my Facebook page, don't mean I'm friends with all of them. I
hmm
have met them all, but that kind of shows you right there. I don't make really. If they were all real friends, I would have over 1,000 friendships right now. I don't
hmm
have the time for that. So it's just testing, giving. Okay, you get here. Okay, let's work up to here.
hmm
Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's bring it back down. Maybe that's a little too much.
Yeah.
All right, all right. We're gonna stay right here. This is where our friendship is. There's different tiers of friendships,
Yeah.
and it's boundaries. It just goes back to boundaries.
It
What boundary do
does.
you have? I can be a friend with you, and I can be a friend with you, but we've developed such a close friendship
hmm
where I can talk more versus you. I try not to. Also at work, I try not to look at. I mean, I talk about coworkers, and I'm like telling a story or talking about work to people, so they get more of a perspective. But ultimately, I try and look at someone as a friend. It's just what type of quality friend or what level of friendship we're on.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually leave the door open for us to build
Whew.
that close
Oh,
friendship.
to be
But
like
it
Jesus.
usually it at the end of the day it settles itself out.
Yeah. Well, we have one more question. This is our bonus question, and then we have to time it. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get in here. How do we view each other as friends?
I'm out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding. I had to throw that. You're like, well then.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I think we got a good friendship going on. Like I said in the beginning when we first
Mhm.
met, I didn't know you like that, so I wasn't really. I was like fine with just like kind of casually talking and not really giving you my full attention.
Mhm.
Um, but I still cared enough to like, oh, what's your name? Let me introduce. I still gave that whole because it's a sign of respect right there.
Mhm.
But I didn't force it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, and then the second time I saw you is when I was building my computer with Matt, and then we engaged, and that's when we started. We hit this tier, boom, this tier, boom, and I was like, man, I really rock with Timon. Like, I'm curious, like, and so to this, and now we're doing a podcast together, and we spend time together outside of the podcast. And I feel like right now in this stage of our friendship,
Mhm.
we're creating a brotherhood.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
brotherhood in the making. I still feel like we're still getting to know each other still at the same time.
Yeah. Like this episode really just like showed me who you are.
Speaking about that, remember when I got irritated earlier? But I think that it's it's a good relationship in the making. It's a good friendship in the making, and
Yes.
I feel like what we have going is a good. We're past the foundation. I feel
Mhm.
like because we already know each other's intentions up to this point. If we
Mhm.
haven't, then that should tell you already.
Mhm.
But the trust is there, accountability is there,
Mhm.
and now it's just about getting to know each other. We already know each other a little bit more on a personal level, but really diving more deep into things.
Yeah.
And I think we have a really good quality of relationship so far leading up to this point in just the short period of time that we have.
Mhm.
But I'm feeling good.
That's what's up. That's it's refreshing to hear that and to receive that, because you know this is real. We're not doing this for a screen. Like this is actually a real conversation that we would have outside of this whole thing. And it's like for me, it's like our what how I view our friendship and how I feel about it. Like our values mirror each other.
Hmm.
Like when I look at my values, I look at your values, and I put them together, they match. And that's what is so important to me. And having not just friendship, but a healthy relationship, a healthy friendship. Like I want to know that when I'm with you, I don't have to worry about any fears. I don't have to worry about any secrets. I don't have to worry about shame, because like moments in our life, we're gonna experience things where we're gonna have to tell each other some stuff that's gonna be like, oh, it's heavy, and how each other will react is gonna be like, dang, But I'm grateful that like even on like my darkest day, and we talked about that in the car a few weeks ago, like that was a heavy day for me, but I wanted you to know about that because it is a part of my healing journey and my growth. And a lot of the reason why I don't have some of the luxuries that I did have.
Hmm.
Just so you just know the backstory. I don't want that to be a surprise to you as you're getting to know me more and we're doing a lot together. Like I don't want a surprise to pop up. I want you to be like, no, I know that brother. And if there's anything that you know, is to be known about me, you'll hear from me first. And so I'm grateful that, just in the short amount of time, which is so crazy. It's so crazy, y'all. Like, but it's also like so great. Like in the short amount of time, we've really like we've been committed
Hmm.
equally, and we've seen that commitment week after week, and we've grown a podcast together and grown a friendship, and we're modeling our friendship to the world, and we're just also just on the same we're on the same page with things, and it's easy and it's natural, and we could ride out in the car and have endless conversations. Like
Guys, look,
literally endless.
when we're in the car, we're already having our own podcast of our
Literally.
own in the car.
Literally. We be talking.
For real.
And I'm like, oh, this should be on the episode. Like, like it gets that good. It gets so
It does.
sweet. And that's something I love. It's like and I know that there's some days where maybe we'll reach a day where like, it's hard to break through a full conversation, but I don't see that with us. Like you're a talker, I'm a talker, and we met our match with that one. So hence we have a podcast.
Exactly. We're not doing a podcast just because we just,
Yeah, just
the
because it's a
foundation.
good idea. No,
Yeah.
we're both on the same page.
And that's what I think is really important, is that we build our friendship and we
Yeah.
continue building on it, because the more we build on it, the more our community and our friends out there that
Mhm.
can't be here physically with us, they're going to feed off of that.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like at work, when I'm open to having relationships with people at work, people are coming in looking for homes. They feed off of that.
Feed up. Yeah.
So
okay.
you can literally see someone, you can see a fake relationship already. You can get the vibes. You can you can tell something. You may not know it's a fake relationship, but you can tell something a little off about the way they're communicating together. And I just feel like if it starts with us, and as long as our friendship builds and builds, our community and our friends out there will see that, and they'll want to be more engaged. I can really, honestly, at the end of the day, I can care less about how many viewers we have or how much money we make. I mean, ultimately, it would be nice for a lot of people to be involved in our community, because we're trying to sit there and send positivity in this very negative world.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm looking out for you at the end of the day. And I just want people, I would rather have us do our podcast and have 100 viewers consistently for the remaining of our podcast. But I want people who are actually engaged, because it's more about the relationship than the actual podcast itself. We just have the same vision, that we want to give positive feedback, and we want people to realize that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And just let them know that even if someone's not there physically by your side, you're still not alone. And the fact that we both have that, we can feed, but ultimately they're going to get that vibe based off of how you and I interact, also based off of the quality of our friendship and our brotherhood. So it starts from internally. It starts with us. And if we can't get it under control, then we can't expect anyone else to get it.
That's right. And also, some people who see us in the world, they're never gonna ask us certain questions. They're not gonna have the balls or the tits to just approach us and really, try to build an understanding or a relationship or anything with us. But they'll watch this, and they'll see us, and they'll hear us, and they'll understand who we are as people. And that's something that was really important to me, whether we did this together or I did this by myself. Because prior to us starting Feeling Saucy, like in my mind, I was like, I'm doing this. Like I already had the vision. It was on the vision board. Like I was like,
I saw it. It really was.
It's still there. Now I'm like, thank you, Lord. I did it. But like, for me, it was like I wanted people who don't understand me, who heard things about me and believed it. I wanted people who wanted to get to know me, um, or just have opinions of me. I wanted them to hear from me personally, from my mouth, from my body, who I am. And now there's that, because once it's out there, it's out there. And I have no problem being very blunt and very honest about who I am as a person. how I live, and
It's important because that just knows you know who you are, you know where
exactly,
you're rooted,
exactly.
and a lot of it is let me show you through action who I am,
To action, yeah,
and let me. How about I'm very big on showing it rather than speaking about it.
yeah,
So I've just had friendships where they're like, oh yeah, we're there for you, we're there, and then when I'm struggling
hmm
and I need them, then they're not,
hmm
and just few friends that I'm not friends with, like not gonna name drop or anything. I mean, even if I just gave his first name, no one would know. But I'm not gonna do that because
yeah,
I'm still gonna have that level of not respect, but it is what it is.
no,
Um, but it's just I want you to see it. If you have to question, there's two things. If you have to question my relationship to you, then one, either I'm doing something wrong, or two, there's just something else
It could be
that
a
you're
fear, a personal fear.
yeah
Some
that
people are
you're
afraid.
dealing with that you're
hmm
putting on me
hmm
because
Yeah,
you're getting the full.
projecting.
Yep, you're getting the full 100% of
Yeah,
DeAndre every single day. Like I said, it doesn't look. It's gonna look different each and every day because I'm human. I go through emotions, but I'm gonna give you my full 100% each and every day.
yeah.
And so,
But that's the thing, brother. I will feel that. We are a spiritual being. Like we are a spiritual being. We feel energy.
yeah,
And I will feel that. I will feel when it's right, and I will feel when it's wrong, or I'll feel when something's off. If the energy switches, then I already know,
yeah,
you know? And so now I have to ask you the question, hey, what's going on? Because I feel there's something off, you know? And then that gives you the opportunity to tell me. And if you don't tell me, the energy ain't gonna lie. Energy does not lie, you know?
yeah,
It's real. It's realer than us. So like, that energy level is gonna communicate. And it's just time after it communicates and we communicate, now the time will do its thing. Because time is always gonna do its thing. And it's gonna show and manifest what's real underneath those words and those actions. And that's friendship.
it is.
That's friendship. Dude,
No,
this
that
was such a this is a good one.
it
You guys, thank you
was.
for tuning in to episode 7 of Feeling Saucy with DeAndre and Tymone. I'm really excited to dive into this conversation of friendship. I got a little spicy. I'm sorry.
Hey, we're gonna have our
But I'm not sorry.
episodes. Yeah, don't be sorry.
I'm not sorry. I'm definitely not sorry. But we dive into this, and we really wanted to have a very deep, transparent conversation about friendship because friendship looks different for everyone.
Hmm.
And there's some of you out there that maybe you're watching this and you were just hurt by a friend, or you're dealing with, why do I keep attracting the wrong people in my life? Well, hopefully, something we said today is inspirational and motivational, and it highlights something that you could do differently. Helps you look inward and then also make a decision on who you want to welcome into your life because you are precious cargo. As my friend Greg always says, precious cargo, baby. You're precious cargo. And like you mean so much, and you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be cared for, you deserve to receive reciprocation, and you deserve to be put first. And the same energy that you give is the same energy you deserve to be given back to you. So maybe today's conversation helped you see something new. Or for those out there that's like us, you get it. This just fills your cup, And either way, we're just so blessed and so honored to have this space, this opportunity to just share. And I'm grateful that you're here, grateful that you're able to tune in, and we thank you. Any last thoughts, brother?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us, tuning in. 7 episodes in. If you're still around, as always, like I always say, I appreciate you guys. You guys are definitely our people. Um, I do want to hear a little bit from you guys, just what friendships looks like, or like just what friendship looks like to you. It doesn't have to be some long like paragraph. Just
Yeah.
be one sentence, be one word. What are your values?
Yeah.
Um, and then just keep in mind while we're all out there going about, you're going to meet people each and every day. You know how you look for in friends, what you look
Mm-hmm.
for, the values. Stay true to that,
Mm.
but don't shut people off because you may not be open for friends, but there may be that one person that you just connect well. But if you're closed off, that could be a great friendship that you needed in person that you didn't gain. So just as long as you're being true to your values and your views and the qualities and what you see in a friend, be open to that. Because if you are closed off, then you'll forever be closed off if you don't allow to be open. So just it is hard, especially depending on what you go through. I get it. There's things that I went through that I didn't want any friends, but we're human. We're emotional. Whether you show it or not, we're all emotional, and we need people by our side. And even one friend that's a true friend is way better than several other friends. So don't put friends as quantity of friends, but look at it as quality of friends. So just be open-minded, stay true to yourself, stay true to your values, and just feel saucy each and every day.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying. Just stay feeling saucy.
Yes, feel saucy.
And everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out. Just again, stay true to yourself, because nobody else is you but you. You're placed on this world to be you. No one else is supposed to be the mirror of you. So that said, thank you guys for tuning in again.
Yes,
I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And if you guys need like anything, or you guys have any questions, or you guys have any personal questions for me, just direct message us. I'm an open book. I mean, might be some things that don't go super deep, because you have to have that boundary. But honestly, I'll be open with you guys.
Yeah. And until then, we'll see you next week for another episode. We got a really good topic coming up next week. We're excited to talk about. It kind of blends in with the topic of friendship a little bit, but we're gonna get a little bit deeper into the whole idea of what friendship blends into. So come back again. We'll meet you here. Stay saucy, guys. Cheers.
Saucy.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
That was good.
It was.